right. Let's get right. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Deala T. And this is No Filters. Always appreciate you hitting that like button, family. Subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode. And sharing this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Get you something to eat. Get you something to drink. Get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Because you see the title, fam. Epstein lawyer is dead. Let's get into this here.
As we wake up this morning to the news now, the man on the right-hand side of your screen, who is Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer, died yesterday. He's dead. Roy Black is his name. One of America's most prominent, I'm reading from the article, you guys. Oh, and if y'all want to subscribe, y'all can. Salute to everybody that's tapped on in. And I appreciate everybody in the building. Once again, if y'all want to hit up, the links in the comment section below. Cash App, PayPal, podcast show.
Wait a minute.
I'm going to do some episodes on podcast show this week to go up there. And also, the website, all that stuff, y'all can go check it out, ticketvmedia.com, or y'all go get the free membership. Salute to everybody doing that. All the links is in the description box below this video. Let's get back to this. So we woke up this morning.
Yo, man, let's get right. Let's get right. Let's get right. You already know when you coming in here, fam. It's your boy Deala T. And this is No Filters. Hit that like button, subscribe, fam. We about to cook them. The lawyer that was talking, see, this wasn't even probably the lawyer that was talking, but the one that was talking when he was talking, what'd I tell you though? What'd I tell you about a week ago? I said he better stop talking. Or somebody gonna put him to, somebody gonna shut him up. And what we have here today, the man is dead at 80. My bad, unalive at 80. Let's keep going.
And this guy is dead. Shout out to Granny in the Cash App with the donation. Salute to you. I appreciate you, Granny. Check it out, y'all. Man is dead, bro. Roy Black, and I'm reading from the article, one of America's most prominent criminal defense attorneys, has died yesterday in his home in Coral Gables, Florida. Coral Gables, Florida. Mr. Black, who represented high-profile clients, including Jeffrey Epstein, William Kennedy Smith, and get this, y'all, Justin Bieber, died yesterday after allegedly battling an unknown illness. Though he continued working at his Miami-based law firm.
Allegedly.
Thanks to Restore.
What?
Primetime.
Did you hear that, fam? I know I ain't tripping.
I didn't want to be bold.
They said the man died from an illness, allegedly. But how all of a sudden, Maxwell, who is locked up, that's Epstein's right-hand groomer, is locked up. The attorney general just met with her. All of a sudden, the lawyer is unalive now? This is crazy work right in front of your face. Let's keep going.
Black Shrednick is the name of the law firm until his final days. His death marks the end of a storied 5-decade career that redefined criminal defense in the United States. Born on February the 17th, 1945 in New York, Mr. Black moved to South Florida to pursue his education at the University of Miami. Shout out to Michelle Jensen with the donation. Salute to you. Where he earned both his bachelor's degree and law degree. His career began at Miami-Dade County Public Defender's Office, and he later became a founding partner of Black Shrednick, a firm specializing in civil litigation and criminal defense. Black also served as an adjunct instructor of criminal evidence at the University of Miami School of Law, earning the nickname the Professor among his colleagues. Mr. Black rose to national prominence in 1991 when he secured an acquittal for William Kennedy Smith, nephew of former President John F. Kennedy, in a highly publicized sexual assault trial in Palm Beach, Florida. The trial, one of the first of its kind to be televised nationally, became a defining moment in criminal defense history, with Mr. Black's skillful litigation captivating audiences. His ability to navigate media scrutiny and present his clients favorably was a hallmark.
Oblivion, what's up?
Practice. Among his most controversial cases was his representation of none other than Jeffrey Epstein in 2006, where Mr. Black, his lawyer, played a pivotal role in securing a 2008 plea deal. Jeffrey Epstein, facing charges of soliciting prostitution from those youngins, avoided severe federal charges by pleading guilty to state charges, resulting in an 18-month sentence, of which he served 13 months. Roy Black later defended the plea deal in court, arguing that it was not a quote-unquote sweetheart deal and that no conspiracy existed to violate victims' rights. This case drew renewed scrutiny in later years as Jeffrey Epstein's crimes became more widely publicized, with some online commentators recently labeling Mr. Black's involvement as enabling Jeffrey Epstein to dodge justice. Mr. Roy Black's client list extended far beyond Jeffrey Epstein, encompassing celebrities and figures like Rush Limbaugh, race car driver Helio Castroneves, and actor Kelsey Grammer. He achieved notable victories, including the acquittal of Miami police officer William Lozano in a retrial following the 1989 shooting death of black motorist Clement Lloyd, which has sparked riots in Miami, and the only trial acquittal in the Varsity Blues college admission scandal for client Ahmed Khoury. Black's peers lauded his tenacity, with fellow attorney David O. Marcus comparing him to NBA legend Michael Jordan, calling him the GOAT, greatest of all time, in Miami legal circles.
What?
Beyond the courtroom, Mr. Roy Black was a public figure who provided legal commentary on NBC's Today Show, Larry King Live, and other programs. He authored Black's Law, A Criminal Lawyer Reveals His Defense Strategies in 4 cliffhanger cases in 1999, and contributed to publications like Salon and The Daily Beast. Black also appeared on the
What's
show
up, Robert Wilson in the building? What's up, Mona
2005
Thompson? I
reality
see you,
show,
mommy. We in
The
here.
Law Firm,
Get
and
your
the coach
popcorn.
featured alongside his wife.
Hey, man,
Leah
let's get right. Let's get right. You already know. You coming in, family. We family. You already know. Hit that like button, subscribe. We about to cook them. They explaining the Lord. They explaining who this lawyer is to the nation and how he been representing pedos like Epstein. Okay? And then all of a sudden, he come up unalive. Why is he all of a sudden unalive? Oh, right now with the yogurt and water. Let's go, Mona. Let's do it. Get your popcorn. Open your ears. They explaining how this lawyer can make anybody walk. He can get anybody through anything. He can defend anybody through anything. And Diddy would have probably had him if he was still in her. Let's go. What?
Housewives of Miami, where she was a main cast member for 3 seasons. Leah Black, whom he married in 1994 after meeting her during the Kennedy Smith trial, where she served as a juror, confirmed his passing in a statement to People's Publication magazine. She expressed gratitude for the support she received, writing on Instagram, "Thank you all for your blessings. We will be announcing details for a tribute and a celebration of life in a few weeks." Mr. Black is survived by his wife, their son RJ, and his daughter Nora from a previous marriage. Tributes from the legal community poured in as the law partner Howard Shrebnick describing Mr. Black as the greatest criminal lawyer in our generation and perhaps America.
Shout out to Mona Thompson in the $5 donation in the Cash App. I appreciate this love, family. You know it.
Attorney Alan Dershowitz, also one of Jeffrey Epstein's lawyers, called him the Dean, noting his profound impact on justice, while Coral Gables attorney Todd J. Michaels praised Mr. Black as a legend who was both formidable and approachable. Shout out to Marcy Sancho with the donation. Salute to you.
Nick in the building, Patricia in the building. What's up, Janice in the building, Dex? What's up, fam?
Undeniable. His association.
Oh, love, Mona.
Jeffrey Epstein. His association with Jeffrey Epstein has sparked polarized reactions. Some, like attorney Brian Tannenbaum, admired him as a lawyer, and every young defender aspired to be, while posts online following his death speculated about the timing and circumstances, with one user on X describing it as suspicious given his Epstein connection. These claims remain unverified and reflect ongoing public sensitivity around Jeffrey Epstein's case. Shout out to Me J with a donation. Salute to you. I appreciate it. Roy Black's career was defined by his relentless pursuit of justice for his clients, often under intense public scrutiny. His death closes.
Wow, see, this is what we got to understand right now. And I got to stop people on this so you can understand what's going on. Hit that like button, family. Subscribe right now. You in here with Deala T and No Filters. We cooking. This man, this lawyer, this man, this lawyer was the lawyer of this man who was accused of dealing with underage girls. They even got footage of this man having him coming into this man's house, and that man got young girls coming out, and they telling that man, "Hey, dirty, not her over there, go in that other room, not that one." Because these people was going after young women that was poor, had nothing, nowhere to go, nowhere to eat, nowhere to live. You understand? They were targeting people who was needing things. So they knew what they were doing. They're going after people that need them regardless. So now all of a sudden you giving them food, water, bread. You put them in a mansion. You giving them heaven in their life and in their mind is how they see that in the situation that they're in. So clearly they're going to be there. You can't expect a underage young girl, if she's not trained up right, or even if she is trained up right, but yet she's poor or out there and has nothing, to tell her to walk away from millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires, zillionaires, cajillionaires, before even knowing that they trying to use them or traffic them. This is sole responsibility on these two men. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I don't give about none of that. That man unalive, but he was playing with underage girls. He should have already been from a distance. What you talking about? Just because you hear he unalive today. Oh, see, in my mind, I'm talking because I'm like, how all of a sudden he unalive all of a sudden now? Some ain't making no sense, fam. How all of a sudden he unalive now? While Trump got all this Epstein file stuff going on with the Maxwell girl that's need a pardon just to get out of jail? How all of a sudden now? Oh, he all of a sudden ill now? He all of a sudden dropping dead at home from an illness now? Make it make sense. Let's keep going.
On an era of high-stakes legal battles, leaving behind a complex legacy as both a master of criminal defense and a figure tied to one of the most infamous cases in modern history. Funeral arrangements has not been announced, but his influence will undoubtedly resonate in courtrooms and legal circles for generations to come.
I was getting married and going
What?
through surgery to implant.
It's definitely gonna shake the courtroom because you know who involved.
And now I have another part of the story
Hit that like button, subscribe, fam. We cooking.
that you may not like. I told you guys about this man on the right-hand side of your screen. His name is Mark Epstein.
Okay, now
He's
the man on this screen right now, his name is Mark Epstein. That's the brother of the pedo, Jeffrey Epstein. In the picture with your president, my president, Donald J. Trump. Get your ears on, get your eyes on. Get you something to eat, get you something to drink, get you something to smoke, if that's what you do. Let's go.
of Jeffrey Epstein. Mark Epstein says that Jeffrey Epstein told him that he had
Kenley in the building, what's up with it? Tammy in here, how you doing? When we in here, hit that like button, subscribe.
The Clintons that could have canceled the 2016 election.
Kenley in the building, let's
Mark
go.
Epstein, the brother of a late financier, convicted sex offender, Jeffrey Epstein, has made headlines.
Coil and Bloom, how you doing? Appreciate you stopping by.
Information about both Donald J. Trump and Hillary Clinton, which he believed could have derailed the 2016 United States presidential election. In multiple interviews and statements, Mark Epstein had recounted a conversation from 2016, which Jeffrey allegedly said that he had information that he held that was so significant that if it was ever revealed, it would have forced the cancellation of the election. These claims have resurfaced amid ongoing public interest in Jeffrey Epstein's connection to powerful figures and recent controversy surrounding the Trump administration's handling of the Epstein-related files. According to Mark Epstein, a New York-based property developer, his brother Jeffrey Epstein made the provocative statement during a discussion about the 2016 presidential race. Here's a direct quote. He said, "If I said what I know about both candidates, they'd have to cancel the election."
Woo!
That's what Jeffrey told me in 2016.
Let's bring that back for the people in the back ain't listening. Open your ears. This is Jeffrey Epstein's brother telling these people if the man said what he knew about both of them, it wouldn't even be an election. Now, what unprecedented stuff are you all involved in that'll make somebody say, if y'all knew who they was for real, it wouldn't even be an election? So that further let me know that we got some sick individuals in the White House, in politics, and everywhere. Because that man, they still did a presidential debate. That man still became president. And that man said, if I could tell you what I know about both of them, you wouldn't even be doing this, president. Y'all wouldn't even be doing this. If I told you about their closet, if I told you about the skeletons, y'all wouldn't even be looking at. But this man is in office. And she ran for office. So in my mind, these people still sick. We still got sick people in the White House. Clearly. Let's keep going. I hope you ain't sick.
Mark told a New York-based property developer, his brother Jeffrey Epstein made the provocative statement during a discussion about the 2016 presidential race. Here's a direct quote. He said, If I said what I know about both candidates, they'd have to cancel the election. That's what Jeffrey told me in 2016. His brother Mark told the New York Post.
This brilliant device.
Are you serious, man? You don't think that's not crazy work?
Power outages. It's smaller than a lunchbox.
Unethical. What's up, Jack Black in the building? Lincoln, what's up with you? I see you, fam. Sleep with me in the building. What's up with you?
He reiterated his claims in a July 2025 interview on Don Lemon's Lemon Live at 5 Podcasts, stating that we know that Jeffrey had dirt on Donald Trump. We know that's a fact because he said it in 2016 with the election, that if he said if we knew what he knew, they'd have to cancel the election. His brother Mark emphasized that Jeffrey never disclosed specific details about the information, leaving the nature of the alleged dirt a mystery. He also told this yesterday in an interview with Nancy Grace. Investigative reporter Julie K. Brown, who has extensively covered Jeffrey Epstein's crimes, corroborated Mark Epstein's account in a July 2025 interview, noting that Jeffrey Epstein told his brother that he had information, and the information he had on Trump was so damaging it could have halted the election. Julie K. Brown added that Epstein also claimed there was no comprehensive client list of individuals he blackmailed, a point that has fueled further speculation. Jeffrey Epstein's connections to high-profile figures, including Donald Trump and Bill Clinton, have long been documented. In the 1990s and early 2000s, Epstein and Trump were part of the same social circles in Palm Beach, Florida, and New York City. Trump was photographed with Epstein at events, including Mar-a-Lago, Trump's private club, in 1992, 1997, and 2000. Flight logs have confirmed Trump flew on Epstein's private jet. And also, Mark Epstein, the brother of Jeffrey Epstein, was present on one flight. And he also stated that Donald J. Trump would have Jeffrey Epstein on his flight as well, on his plane as well. But he was present on one of those flights as well. The brother was present.
So how you don't think he know that really happened? This man snitching. That's what his brother doing right now. The brother is snitching. And see, that's what's really funny. Because the brother like, yo, let's not do that. You can't not believe him. Let me say that again for the people in the back. You can't not believe him. That's the brother. He was there. He seen what was happening. He was on the flight. He was eating peaches and cream. He got bad chicks around him and everything. He chilling. He see Trump over there. See, this was a young Trump. He see Trump over there kicking it. His brother over there doing whatever. Now, if he was in there, where pedos was in there, and them young girls, he get quick. He getting the, because don't nobody would have heard him now that he's snitching. If you was dealing with the little girls, boy, just because you coming out talking now, you think we care about you? We don't care nothing about none of that. You telling on them, you're telling on yourself, dumbass. You was on the flight. You seen what was going on. And that was your brother. See, the difference between my folk and how we coming. Your brother on that, and you know he on that. We gonna beat you like you stole something, brother. You know your brother on that and you just letting that happen? And you on the plane eating and sipping wine? And you know your brother, and you seeing Trump over there with your brother. What you doing though? Because you on the plane with him. So you get to sit there and say, oh, you know, my brother and them was doing this and Trump was doing that. So he don't get to act like he wasn't. Fool, you was too. And by the way, your brother is unalive. So for you to be talking about him now, make you look bad, stupid, because your brother dead and gone. But you still hurt. And you knew it, and you watched it, and you telling us detail for detail what happened. He should be bop, 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 up close. Let's go. Hit
Right.
that like button, subscribe, fam. We cooking. What you doing?
In a 2002 New York magazine profile, Donald Trump described Epstein as a terrific guy and noted that it even said he liked
Jorge Jacob in the building, Nick in the building, Pretty and Classy in the building, Nene Love, Sad T, Savvy TV in the building. What we doing? We hitting that like button, we subscribing, we cooking.
However, the relationship reportedly soured around 2004 over a alleged...
Shout out to you, Jorge Jacobs. I appreciate you subscribing. It's love, family.
Mason de Ilamite, which Trump ultimately purchased for $41.35 million. Epstein also claimed in a 2009 deposition that Trump had flown. Mark Epstein claimed in a 2009 deposition that Donald Trump had flown on Jeffrey.
Real quick, family, you already know. We in here. It's FAM. It's fam. Let me know where you from. Drop that FAM and let me know where you from, fam. I appreciate everybody. We in here. Let's lock in. Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's get real. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking.
Numerous times and described them as good friends. Though Trump later distanced himself, stating that in 2019 he hadn't spoken to Jeffrey Epstein in 15 years, and he, quote unquote, was not a fan.
Let them know, fam.
Epstein ties to the Clintons, particularly Bill Clinton, were also notable. Flight records show Bill Clinton took 27 trips.
Shout out to L, fam. I appreciate you.
Jet between 2002 and 2003. Though a Clinton spokesperson clarified these were for international trips with staff and Secret Service, there's no evidence that Clinton visited Epstein's private island. Mark Epstein noted that Jeffrey admired Bill Clinton and never spoke negatively about
Crazy
him,
word.
suggesting that the dirt Jeffrey claimed to have was primarily about Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, the 2016 presidential candidates. And y'all ask me on my channel why I don't vote for nobody. Y'all crazy as hell. Mark Epstein's claims.
See, that's why you ain't got no dog in this fight. Let me explain why. Republican, Democrat, come close. Are you claiming Republican? Are you claiming Democrat? Come close so you can know what's going on, stupid. Both of y'all parties is on the Epstein file list for the pedos. So who you standing by and what you standing on and what business you talking about? Because those people that you represent is on the list. Oh, my bad, my people. I'm independent, partner. We ain't on the list. So while you're over there claiming these fools and letting them play games, let me tell you something about Democrats and Republicans. That's like Bloods and Crips. You ever thought of that in your mind on how they playing this game of separation when we all people in one bucket? Let me say that again for the people in the back. Democrats, Republicans, Democrats, red and blue, Bloods and Crips. What we talking about? You still letting them play that game with you in your mind? You really still think both parties matter? Clearly the people that represent the parties are sick in the brain because they on the list. And a lot of them didn't do nothing about the list because they was like, forget the list, let's just live life, let's let Trump just be Trump and be the president and let's just keep going. Not heard no filters. Hit that like button, subscribe, family. Cooking. You think we finna let that shit ride? You must be out of your... You must be out your mind. Think we finna let that ride. And it's the president. Oval Office. And we sitting up in here talking about this man. Yeah, it's important. We're hearing about a lot of other people, but this is the most important. Why? Because he is the president of the United States, and he represents the Oval Office. And all these people in the USA talking about, like my main man Larry, he like, you know, this USA, you know, everybody can be where they want to be, but this USA, this United States, we the strongest and the baddest in the land. Shut up. You should be embarrassed to be an American right now. Why? Because your president, nasty ass. What? Talking all that talk, but you over there. Your president. That's your president. You don't feel nothing. Oh, I'm my bad, you don't. Because you ain't in the White House. Because that ain't you. Because that ain't your partner. Or that ain't your friends. Or them ain't your kids who was being trafficked by these pedos. Oh, that's why you don't care. Boy. If I was in the room with you and I knew you didn't care, I would smack the bowels out of you. Because it's because of people like you about the world is doing what it's doing by itself in the way that it's doing. Because you don't care and everybody else don't care, the world can just deteriorate. But the funny part is, it's literally happened in the highest office in the world. It's happening there. So how don't you think this is serious? See, this can happen around the corner. This can happen even at your job. This can happen in your family. It ain't important, huh? Right. When it's the highest office in the land that represents all of us in the United States. It's a problem. You better wake up, stupid. Because you're going to be one of them people, when it go down in this World War III, you still on the couch playing prize picks and eating Skittles. Shut your ass up.
Gained traction amid renewed attention to Jeffrey Epstein's 2019 death in a Manhattan jail cell, officially ruled a suicide by hanging, and Mark has publicly questioned this ruling, asserting a July 2025 News Nation interview with Chris Cuomo that his brother was most likely murdered. He cited statements from medical examiners Dr. Kristen Roman and Dr. Michael Baden, who suggested the autopsy findings were more consistent with a homicide, and criticized FBI Director Kash Patel for asserting that it was a suicide without a direct involvement in the case. The release of 11 hours of CCTV footage from the jail intended to support the suicide ruling had been met with skepticism due to a 1-minute gap in the recording, which Attorney General Pam Bondi attributed to a technical glitch. Mark Epstein's allegations about Trump have fueled speculation, particularly among those who believe Jeffrey Epstein's death was orchestrated to protect powerful individuals. In the Lemon Live interview, Mark Epstein suggested that Donald Trump had a motive to silence his brother, stating, "We know that Jeffrey had dirt on Donald Trump," adding that he wouldn't be surprised if Trump was involved in a cover-up. These claims have resonated on social media, with posts on X amplifying Mark's statements and linking them to a broader conspiracy theory about Epstein's death and Trump's involvement. The Trump administration's handling of Epstein-related files has sparked significant backlash from his MAGA base, particularly after the Justice Department and FBI issued a memo in this month stating there was no evidence of a client list and reaffirming Epstein's death as a suicide. Trump has dismissed the controversy as a quote-unquote Democratic hoax, urging his supporters to move on, just move on from this Epstein crap and focus on other issues, such as his claims of 2020 election fraud. In a July 2025 Truth Social post, he called those fixated on Jeffrey Epstein, even his supporters, weaklings, who are focused on that, weaklings, who are falling for a scam, writing that their new scam is what we'll forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax.
Wow, let's get a roll call. Let's get it in. Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's get right. Shout out to fam in the building. All y'all, I appreciate it. FAM that checked in with me. We got Nick in the building. He said, read that Confederate That's that, family. We got Levi Vaughn 52 from DC in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to Jorge subscribing. Shout out to Mona Thompson from Memphis in the building. Mona Thompson from Memphis. I always appreciate you in the building. You already know. We got Levi Vaughn from DMV. We got Nene Love in the building all the way from Pakistan. Shout out Nene Love from Pakistan in the building. That's real. Let's get right. We got Lori Lynn fam in there from Tennessee. We got Tennessee in the building always. Appreciate you checking in. Zakia Patterson all the way from Milwaukee in the building. I appreciate it. Annette Gooch. Hello from Nashville, Tennessee. I appreciate it, fam. You know it's love. Jack for Christ says there's plenty of light, poles, and rope laying around. That's how they live in their life. L Fam said he just liked and subscribed. I appreciate you, fam. You know it's love. Let's keep the party going. Let's get it right. Let's get real. Let's go.
Supporters who bought this bullshit hook, line, and sinker.
Whitney and her from Florida. What's up with you?
Own fan base.
Opinionated from Teresa from Virginia in the building. Gladys Perez, what's up? How you be from Chicago in the building?
And Donald Trump supporters, including Elon Musk, who in June of 2025 suggested that the Epstein files were not released because Donald J. Trump is in them. Prominent figures like Laura Loomer, Charlie Kirk have expressed skepticism about the administration's transparency with Loomer.
Naya Armani from Vegas, how you be? Jake for Christ, Iowa in the building, how y'all doing?
The letter which
hit that like button, subscribe, family, we cooking.
Attributed to Trump, as reported by the Wall Street Journal, but denied by Donald Trump, who threatened and has sued. Mark Epstein's claims, while lacking specific evidence, have reignited debate about Jeffrey Epstein's influence and the secrets he may have held. The absence of concrete details about the alleged dirt has led to polarized reactions.
Let's get real. Let's get right. Let's get right. Hit that like button, subscribe. We're about to cook in here. Think about this for a second, fam. If you ain't understood what's going on, understand this. This is the brother of Jeffrey Epstein, Mark Epstein. This man know everything that went on. Andre Wiggins in the building. What's up with you? You know it. Virginia in the house. Listen to me. This boy better shut up. Because if you don't shut up, they're going to shut him up. He better go sit down and shut up. What I tell you yesterday, know when to shut up. Know when to talk, but know when to shut the... Know when. Know when to be quiet. See, it's the difference when be quiet. It's the difference on when to shh. It's the difference when to shut the... He should shut the... Mark my words. He doing all that talking like won't nobody put a cap on his mouth. Stop talking, Mark Epstein. Who you talking about? Trump. Who just died? Epstein lawyer. Who locked up? Epstein Maxwell grooming assistant. Who ain't never coming out? Epstein Maxwell assistant. Who they looking at? Mark Epstein, the brother that's talking. Who finna shut the up? Stop playing with him. Let me say something about Trump, dog. Trump don't care nothing about none of that. He don't care nothing about none of that. Because if he did, they'd have been shut him down. I'm going to be honest with you, fam. At this point in my mind, I'm realizing that you really can't do nothing to Trump. You can threaten him about impeachment. You can threaten him about court. You can threaten him about Congress. You can threaten him about the White House. You can threaten him about other countries. You can threaten him and he gonna bomb you. You can threaten him and he gonna remove you. You can threaten him and he gonna fire you. You can threaten him and he gonna dismiss you. You need to understand who you dealing with here, fam. Everybody talking all that, I love Trump in here. You dealing with a real one. And ain't got to do nothing about it because who going to do something to him? See, when you start realizing that, you will start understanding that don't nothing matter today. Don't nothing matter about who in charge and who ain't and what's going on. The fact of the matter is, nobody's there to police Trump. They policing you. They policing me. They policing your kids. They policing your cousins. They policing your grandparents, your parents. But for some reason, Nobody's never there to police the police. Oh, let me say that again for the people in the back that's stupid. Why ain't never nobody there to police the police? What's the name of the department that's supposed to be, when the police crooked or the people ain't right? What's the name of the department? Tell me now, fam. Tell me now. Tell me right now. What's the name of the department that's supposed to be policing the police? Stephen Neal in the building. What's up, fam? He said internal affairs. I knew it. And Lori Lynn said the Department of Justice. Shout out to you, fam. Why we hearing this and why the internal affairs can hear this same stuff we hearing and ain't doing nothing about it? But Deala T and No Filters here with fam, we putting it on the top. We laying it on the table. Internal affairs know about this dirty. That's real, Andre. We not playing. We're the police that's policing the police. And all this extra. Think about this. You turn your TV on, your cable, and you know that channel that's got all the newscastings and all that shit. All the newscastings and, you know, all of these Congress, like that one channel that's like the Congress White House channel. You know what I'm talking about, fam? That one channel where it's like the White House on all day, right? And I be in my mind like, what is this? Right, C-SPAN, dirty red dude, that's real. You know it, fam. What's up with you? Hit that like button, subscribe. We in here, family, you family. Jennifer in the building. That channel gets on my nerves because to me, what are they doing? It's a bunch of people in the courtroom and they hitting, judging, and saying shit. And ain't nobody doing nothing though. While all the while, Trump is moving people out the way. Trump is bombing countries without asking for permission. And Trump over here on the Epstein files right now, and they about to cover that up and move some out the way. They got a whole C-SPAN channel, but ain't nobody got no channel on Trump. Shut up. Come in there talking. Hit that like button, subscribe. We
Mark
cook.
Epstein's statements as credible, given Jeffrey Epstein's documented ties to powerful figures, while others dismissed them as speculative or attention-seeking. Noted that Mark has not provided corroborated evidence. Posts online reflect this divide, with some users amplifying Mark's allegations as proof of Trump's culpability, while others question their validity or defend Donald Trump through anything. The controversy underscores the enduring fascination with Epstein's connections and suspicious that the death obscured truths about the elite. For Mark Epstein, the mission appears personal. He has consistently challenged the official narrative around his brother's death and sought to highlight what he believes Jeffrey knew. Whether his claims about the 2016 election hold weight remains uncertain, but they have undoubtedly added fuel to an already contentious saga, keeping Jeffrey Epstein's shadow over American politics alive. As Donald Trump administration navigates this issue, the pressure for full transparency persists, with figures like Tom Fitton of Judicial Watch.
What Ray said, he said he doesn't need permission just like Obama didn't need permission. That's real, fam. You know he don't. And let me tell you something about Obama. See, let me tell you something here, man. With Deala T here at No Filters. Everybody get cooked. We ain't leaving nobody out. You better hit that like button, subscribe right now. We cooking. Naya Armani telling you what to do, fam. Do what she's saying do. That's what we doing. Obama, I just see, like my brother Will, shout out Quick Brain, he sent me something about Obama. Obama out here talking like kids should be able to make their own decisions based on if they would like to be gay or not. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Obama said this. He said he feels that a child, even so much as a young age of coming out the womb, should be able to make their own decisions if they want to be gay or not. Hold up. First of all, to each his own. Respect to all. But we talking about kids. You coming out the womb, you don't even know what you is. You don't even know you human. How you finna make a decision on who you want to like and what you want to be attracted to? And you can't even say goo goo gaga yet. Boy, somebody better smack the out of somebody that ain't this, boy. If somebody around you right now stupid, just smack the out of them. Because I'm telling you, if I could just see Obama right now, boy, you ever smack somebody so hard you gotta like grab their face like, boy, what? I'm talking about I gotta pick up the out of you, out the chat. You said my child should just come out and make a decision and she can't even say goo goo gaga yet? Michelle Obama, all of this. Michelle Obama, and you know, she the one and she the only and all this. Hit that like button, subscribe, we cooking. She heard him say that? Boy got a wife, or whatever he got. Because we don't even know how she come, or he come. Oh, we here, we dealing tea. There's no filters. We don't even know what they is. Okay? Let's get right, let's get real, let's get understanding. Let's get right. That man said a child should just come out and make their own decisions. And they can't even say goo goo gaga. They don't even know what the world is. They don't even know what milk is. They ain't even taste them out the... They don't know nothing yet, fam. Boy, y'all better be sending letters, emails, messages, tweets. I don't care what it is. Say something. Damn it, just sitting there looking at the shit while it's happening. Where was your antennas when the shit happened? Say something. Just sitting there looking stupid. Goof at. Let's go.
Advocating for the release of the unredacted Jeffrey Epstein files under the Freedom of Information Act until more evidence surface. Mark Epstein's assertions remain a provocative piece of larger unresolved puzzle.
Kelly in the building. Remix 40, what's up with you? Sergeant Woodchip, I see you.
And his brother's secrets. And now I give you just more than just articles. I give you the words of the brother of Jeffrey Epstein, who said that his brother was not, did not die by suicide. He says his brother was murdered.
Want $1,000 weight loss?
Oh, you better get your popcorn.
It all starts with real.
You better get your popcorn.
U.S. security. What do you make of the claim that your brother was in fact an intelligence agent?
Well, I've heard this for years already. This is not the first time that's been raised. I have no idea. She didn't tell me what he was doing. So I said before, I don't want to speculate on anything. If I start speculating, I lose credibility. I like to stick to facts. So I have no idea about what Jeffrey was doing, if for anything. But I do believe he was still to quiet him for the information he had.
What information?
Well, yeah, I've said publicly before, in the 2016 election, he told me that he didn't tell me what he knew, but if he said what he knew about the candidates, Trump and one, they'd have to cancel the election. So he obviously had some dirt on Donald, so he said if he said what he knew, they'd have to cancel the election. That's what he told me. You can make out of that whatever you want. But that's a quote. You could take that
What
wherever you want.
disturbs you the most, Mark Epstein? Let's get off the allegations that your brother was a spy. Although that has now reared its ugly head as an excuse why these files are not being released.
So let's get right. Let's get right so y'all can understand what's going on. Jeffrey Epstein told his brother at an election with Donald Trump and Clinton. You remember the election. Don't act like you don't remember. You're making me mad. Stop. You remember the election when Clinton and Trump. This when Trump was first elected. Jeffrey Epstein was in the background like, hey, he hitting his brother like, bruh, let me tell you something about these motherfuckers. If the world knew what I knew about these two, they wouldn't even be doing this election. So that means we know that Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump, and Hillary Clinton all mingled together. Not once, twice, multiple times. Open up your ears, because her brother about to snitch again.
Heard of redaction. I've had
what he was doing, so
I give you just more than just articles. I give you the words of the brother of Jeffrey Epstein, who said that his brother was not, did not die by suicide. He says his brother was murdered.
U.S. security. What do you make of the claim that your brother was in fact an intelligence agent?
Well, I've heard this for years already. This is not the first time that's been raised. I have no idea. She didn't tell me what he was doing. So I said before, I don't want to speculate on anything. If I start speculating, I lose credibility. I like to stick to facts. So I have no idea about what Jeffrey was doing, if for anything. But I do believe he was still to quiet him for the information he had.
What information?
Well, I said publicly before in the 2016 election, he told me that he didn't tell me what he knew, but if he said what he knew about the candidates, Trump and one, they'd have to cancel the election. So he obviously had some dirt on Donald, so he said if he said what he knew, they'd have to cancel the election. That's why he told me you can make out of that whatever you want.
Crazy work.
Cool. You could take that
What
word you want.
disturbs you the most, Mark Epstein? Let's get off the allegations that your brother was a spy. Although that has now reared its ugly head as an excuse why these files are not being released. We've all heard of redaction. I've had to redact many documents before they are released. And you
man in the building, I appreciate you coming. Hit that like button, subscribe.
That's what I'm talking about, redact.
We cooking.
Only sensitive portions. Why can't the files be released with any intelligence-related information, if there is any, redacted? What about the other thousands and thousands and thousands of pages, Mark?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, they should release everything they can. I have no qualms with that. And then the question also...
That's crazy work. That's crazy work. You already know. Let's get right in here. Shout out to Smith with a $2 donation in the super chat yesterday. Shout out to Nene Love Savvy TV with a $1 donation in the super stick. I appreciate that. Shout out to Nene Love Savvy TV again with a $1 donation in the super chat. That's real. Shout out to Asia Tyree Show with a $5 donation in the super chat. It's all love. You already know. Shout out to Malik Omar with a $10 donation in the super chat. You already know it's love, family. I appreciate you. Shout out to Tiro Lee with a $5 donation in the super sticker the other day. Shout out to Sherry Isabel with a $3 donation in the super sticker. Shout out to Nene Love Savvy TV with a $5 donation in the super chat. You already know. Shout out to The White Man with a $20 donation in the super chat. Shout out to Mona Thompson with a $5 donation in the No Filters Cash App. You already see it at the top. It's already plugged in, family. Donate to the channel. It's all love. Let's keep the party going. Let's go.
If Bill Barr made the statement, to quash the investigation, that Jeff, it was a suicide, which, like he said, ends investigation. And Cash Patel is claiming it's a suicide without any expertise, without even, he never saw the body either. And it's quickly deemed a suicide.
This brother said the demon rat's been blanking everyone. Well, brother, let me say this to you. Let me spit this to you straight, brother. Ain't nobody safe on this channel, Playboy. They ain't safe.
Stop scrolling. If you're an
ain't nobody safe on this. Hey man, get right.
The greatest white tea pack. Look at this white.
Ain't nobody safe here with Deala T and no filters. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking them.
On both Donald J. Trump and Hillary Clinton. Enough dirt that would stop the 2016 election, sir. He didn't say just one side, sir. He said both sides.
Think about this, fam.
So
think about this for a second. Think about this for a second. If you got dirt on two of the most powerful people in the world, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, and you're in jail, you don't think you ever getting out? You really think for a second you finna be able to live your life knowing? You ever seen the movies? You seen the movies. The movies come from real life. Let's get it right. Movies are based off reality. It ain't reality ain't based off the movie. The movie is based off reality. Or a type of reality that they want us to think or live. You understand me? So I know you've seen the movies where one person had information on a president or some powerful people, and they had to do everything in their power to live. Because they came after them with everything they got. Because think about it. Why would I let this puny person bring down this entire administration? I'll wait. Chelly says, Elon, see, that's the example I'm speaking about. Because yet, they will remove you before they let you do anything that will remove them from the position they're in. Let me say that again for the people in the back. They will remove you before you have them removed from the position that they're in. Trump is about 80 years old. You think he finna let some puny person come in and shut down what they've been working for? That man had the White House. He had the highest seat for one term. He got it for another term. And the type of stuff that they cooking up right now and putting it together and setting the table for us to eat, a president is not going to be able to come in and just shut it down. Let me say that again. The way they setting the table for us and the food they setting the table for us to eat, the next president is not going to be able to come in and just shut it down. That man Trump just passed that big, beautiful bill. Let me know in the comments right now. Press 1. Press 1 right now if you know about that big, beautiful bill by your Trump president that done passed this big, beautiful bill. And if you don't know what's in it, I pray for you. Because the levels of things they're doing, they're setting the table to where nobody can undo the table. That's the point. Fam in here know what's going on. Y'all know what's happening here. They setting the table to where nobody can mess it up. And if you think in your right mind they finna let some old man come talk about them, you better stay tuned. Because this man just put his life in jeopardy to the most highest levels ever. So in my mind, if he done with his life and he said he finna go out with a bang, he definitely finna go out with a bang telling on Trump. Let's keep going. Hit that like button, subscribe, family. See the donations in the top of the chat. Let's go.
You take your Rudy Poo candy ass out of my chat room playing sides, sir. We don't play sides. We only play with the
That's real, Charlie. That bill is going to change your life.
Well, then we got 2 words for you.
Amy Wagner in the building.
You stay going at Trump, though. Do you not listen to my videos, sir? Are you literally not listening to my videos, sir?
Jen Newman in the building.
Every video. Everybody that listens to this channel.
Amy Wagner, you with me?
I don't care about any side. In every single video I talk about, sir, I say that they're all dirty in my opinion, sir. I say that in every single video, sir. Every video. But obviously you don't listen to that part, sir. Well, you're going at Trump. Trump is the current president of the United States of America. If it were Obama, I'd be on his helmet. If it were Joe Biden, I'd be on his helmet. But they're not. The current president of the United States of America. I don't care about Obama.
Connie Moore in the building. How you doing? I appreciate you. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we cooking.
Joe Biden is a horrific leader.
Let her know, Mona. We got your back, Charlie.
Disgraceful individual with no honor, no dignity, no morals, no ethics. Get off your knees, sir, and stop crying like a little baby. Running up in here, why are you talking about Trump? Why are you talking about Trump? It doesn't matter. Well, I'm talking about Donald J. Trump. But since you want to know, it's because the reason why we're here right now today, even talking about this, is because Donald J. Trump is the one who brought up this Epstein shit before the election, sir. Not no Democrats.
Let's paint a picture.
Woo!
You've been making payments.
He just said that man brought that up. Not no
It was
Democrats.
Donald J. Trump, Cash Patel, and the rest of the Republican crew who brought up releasing all of the Epstein files before the election, sir. Do you want me to play the tapes?
Queen Chief Palm Trees in the building. What we doing?
So you want to get mad at me because I'm just holding them accountable for what they said about one of the most disgraceful people in American history, and Jeffrey Epstein. They stated this all up before the election happened. Let me say
Sophie in the building.
You want to keep talking about other things, about people that's not in office right now. That's cool. I have no problem with that. But don't come in here crying with them little boo-boo stains in your drawers. Because I'm talking about something that's not only a current affair, but something that Donald J. Trump and his own team pushed. They pushed this.
See, this is what I realized. Let me tell you something that I realized. I realized that the way that Trump and them are going about it now, Trump just don't care no more because he knows nobody's going to do nothing to him. So follow me right quick as we walk down this road. Trump knows nothing's going to happen to him. He's done things, even from the last election, that he was being supposed to be impeached on, and they still didn't even do that. And then all of a sudden, he find himself running for president again, and they put him back in office, stupid. So how do you think even for a second that something's really going to happen to him? The man ain't even thought nothing or felt no type of way because of why? His first term, nothing happened. Second term, you don't think he ain't going to survive this? He just had his attorney general go pay a visit to Epstein's assistant. She is the last piece that literally was there every time Trump was there with Epstein. She is the last piece. So the attorney general was pulled up like, hey, yo, let me explain something to you. They put a document on the table and say, hey, Dirty, let's get right, let's get right, let's get right. You already know what it is, man. We ain't playing with you. You got one more time to say something else, or we're going to turn your life upside down. You want to swim with the fishes, or you want to swim with your kids? Well, you better shut up then. Sign the paper stating that you won't say nothing else, and we're going to let you out of jail. And that paper going to say that when you get out of jail, if you even think about the shit we talked about, if you even think it, we're going to rearrange your life. That's what that meeting was about. Guy Fox in the building. You know what's going on here. Lori Lynn, you hear me, don't you? They sent the attorney general to go holler at her and told her, you better shut up. You better shut up. You better shut it up. And if you don't shut up, you better sign this paper That's how they do you. Sign the paper. Because the paper say everything. And if you go against the paper, we just going to knock you off. That's it. Like an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. That is that world. That's the real. Lanisha Stanley, shout out to Lanisha Stanley in the building with the $10 and the Teach Man. Super chat in her saying, Teach Man, that's real. I appreciate you. Love, family, all of that. Let's keep it going in her. Hey, you better shut it up. If you want to keep living, you better shut it up. And some about them people, they ain't scared. So think about what's really going on here. Maxwell is the last person connected to Epstein and the brother. Which one of them two about to come up missing? Let's keep going.
People.
I'm just being real.
For saying, hey man, you told us that you were going to release all the Epstein files, all the MAK files, and all the JFK files. Now when it's time to release all the Epstein files, you want to play tic-tac-toe. You don't want to just release everything.
You better tell them they'll shut you up if they have to, Mona Thompson.
Well, nobody be saying that. Like he said he would. But I know you're not going to hold him accountable. So you might as well just take off them knee pads, man. And wipe your face.
Hold up. We got, hold up, fam. My bad. I know you eating good, drinking good, smoking good, chilling good, relaxed. I know you are. We got a problem. Who is this? What's your name? Diddy? You sick. You chose to use Diddy picture and his name to come in here talking? The nerve of you. The nerve of you, fam. You could have chose Elmo, Big Bird, Cookie Monster, You chose to name yourself Diddy? I pray you don't have kids. I pray you don't have kids, my brother or sister. I pray you don't have kids. Stephen Neal, tell him now. Lori Lynn says, get him out, fam. You better tell him something, fam. I pray you ain't got no kids, because for you to even name yourself by after that man or after that disgusting... You better tell him something, fam, before I'm get on him right now. Hit that like button and subscribe. We about to cook. You could have been anybody in here, but you gonna choose to use the Diddy? Tell him, Jen Newman, we do not rock with pedos. We'll line you up and hit you with the... Don't keep... Let's go.
Lips.
What is the hit, so to speak? Who are these people covering up for? That should be
shout out to you, Victor.
We're looking at. Because most people who look at all the facts believe it was a homicide. You know, people see a little bit here, a little bit there. You know, I get these 15 minutes to talk on a podcast or something. And you have to look at all the facts. It will take, quite a lot of time. We have amassed a lot of information. And everyone who has seen the bulk of it, nobody thinks it's a suicide. And so who is being protected?
Queen Chi Palm Trees, you know what it is. It's love.
We are speaking tonight to Mark Epstein. This is Jeffrey Epstein's brother. And the issue is not whether we like or hate, love or hate Jeffrey Epstein. We don't have to condone what he was accused of doing. Of course we don't. The issue is...
Are you researching dental implants?
What she just say?
4-hour teeth replacement.
See, that's why I rock with them.
Why are these files not being released?
Here, a little bit there. I get these 15 minutes to talk on a podcast or something. And you have to look at all the facts. It will take, quite a lot of time. We have amassed a lot of information. And everyone who has seen the bulk of it, Nobody thinks it's a suicide. And so who is being protected? That's the question.
For those of you just joining us, we are speaking tonight.
Queen T Prom Chi say they do whatever they want. You ain't lying.
It's not whether we like or hate, love or hate Jeffrey Epstein. We don't have to condone what he was accused of doing.
Tell you the difference between Deala T and No Filters and the difference between Nancy Grace. Talking about this ain't about whether we like or hate. This ain't about whether we love or don't love Jeffrey Epstein. We don't like him. We don't love him. We don't rock with him. We smacking the bowels out of a mother. When I say smack the S-H-I-T out of you, I'm talking about smacking everything out of you. It ain't just your skin off your face or the sweat off your damn pores. I'm talking about smacking everything out of you for this. Because other than that, you need to be unalive. I don't want to hear it. Stephen says he most definitely was the sacrifice. Jen Newman says everything. Stephen says, then again, he asked for it. Who you talking about, Steve, when you say he's the sacrifice? You talking about like Epstein the sacrifice? Or you saying like Trump? Or like Jeff Epstein is the sacrifice for Trump's situation? Let me know what you're saying on that. Let me know what you're saying on that, Steven. Okay, yeah. So that, and I feel that because in this world, in this situation, and in the higher ups and in the elite, sacrifices are made. And we have to understand why. Because at the end of the day, you're giving something that no one else has. There's a riches, fame, glory, being an idol to the world. They're giving you forever, damn near glory. Because if you poor and you have nothing and they just hand you a lifetime of a different living that you don't even fathom or never even seen or never even felt, you're going to look at that as glory. And that's why the Lord says truly that we have to understand that the love of money is the root of evil. Let me say that again for the uglies in the back that thought money was the root of the evil, but it's not. It's the love. It's the love of money that's the root of evil. That means it's you. It's based on you. He's always given choice. Think about this for a second. If God, Yahshua, Jesus, the Most High, gave you a chance to choose, you would think like, why didn't he just say everybody should just follow him? How much better is it to choose than to just have to do it? Let me know, fam. How much better is it for you to choose something than to have to do something? The reason why I said Yahshua, God, Jesus, the Most High, because in all the names that I just named, there is only power in one name. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking right now for real. There's only power in one name. Now, I would give you the floor, family, because we fam here. You let me know like I let you know. There's only power in one name. Speed Runner says Jesus. Mama Thompson says Jesus. Queen Chi Palm Tree says Jesus Christ. God is love says Jesus. Lone Ranger says Jesus. God is love, says Jesus. I can't hear y'all. Where you at, fam? Who is it? I wait. Natalie Brown says Jesus. Tara Jenkins says Jesus. Nintendo Seban says Christ is King. Chelly says Jesus. Jen Newman says Jesus. Lori Lynn says God. Nene Love Savvy TV says amen. Hey, hear me now. It's nothing against you. It's nothing against who you are. Nothing against what you believe in. Let me tell you why. Art of War in the building. Where you been, fam? Art of War says Jesus. Let me tell you something. I don't knock you if you've never been brought up in the manner that we see it. Because you got to understand, all people have been brought up a certain way. You got to understand, a lot of us lived in the hood, but we didn't want to live in the hood. A lot of us didn't want to. But our mothers and fathers didn't have the money for us to be in here. Andre Wiggins says, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. What we doing here? Choice will always overweigh the demand of what you have to do. Because choice always creates value. Say that again for the people in the back. Choice will always create value. You understand me? Because God gave us a choice. Jesus gave us a choice. The Most High gave us a choice. Yeshua gave us a choice. And I say all of those names because I need my fam to stay with me here. Because we all have choice. It is so much better to choose than to have to just do it. Don't it feel good when somebody choose you? Woo! My bad. I don't think you ain't heard that right. Don't it feel good when somebody choose you? Yeah, you. Yeah, you. When somebody choose you. Don't it feel good when somebody choose you? The choice. Don't it feel bad when you like, oh, I gotta follow the line. I gotta do what they doing. I gotta eat what they eating. I gotta drink what they drinking. I gotta smoke what they smoking. I gotta breathe what they breathing. I gotta do what they doing. Ain't something about that make you feel like you just, huh? FAM in here right now with me, fam. We hitting that like button. We subscribe. We cooking. We will have a choice. And we thank God for choice. Because without choice, nothing matters. We have a choice to discuss what we just talking about tonight. We have a choice to bring light to darkness. We have a choice to pick up that trash on the floor that you be seeing. We have a choice in everything we do. I want to know what you choose. What is your choice? Do you choose to live and not care about nothing or nobody? Or do you have a choice to choose to live and tell somebody something? Help some damn body. Because you need help too. You, yeah, you. Looking like you're looking. You still need help. Oh, yeah, let me get right. Let's get right today. You need help. Yeah, you. Yeah, see, we don't know. See, fam here in the house, we all don't know. But you need help. And we don't even know you need help. But the choice, you better make a choice. You understand me? You better make a choice. Chelly, we all need the Lord. But we thank God for Jesus that we have a choice to choose him to move forward in our lives. I'm not against nobody here. I'm not against nothing you believe in. I'm not against you. I just want you to be aware, to understand, and to be open to what's going on today, especially if you got kids. Because you're not going to be here, and your kids going to be here. And you know what? If you plan on checking out between now and like next year, or between now and 2 years, you plan on checking out of the world, make sure you let them know about Deala T and No Filters. And they can just go to this channel and like and subscribe and find out what's going on. Because I'm here for us and my kids and our kids. Let's go.
Of course we don't. The issue is, why are these files not being released?
Shout out to Valor Sanders and Cash App for donation, and Crystal Price and a PayPal with donation. Salute to you.
Now, we've been told from the highest source that there is no, quote, client list. There may not be a client list in the way that you imagine. You open a little black book and you go through it alphabetically and you find names,
tell them, Steve,
emails, and addresses.
Like and subscribe. We cooking, fam.
But those files could contain indications and names, descriptions of events, flights, and so much more to impugn the integrity of many, many highly placed individuals.
Hold on, fam. See, now we finna get real in here. Let's get real, because my family talking in here. I need to know what's going on with my fam, because we FAM. We're not playing them games in here. Tell them right now, Mona Thompson says, the goal I'm working on is eternal life. Nothing else matters. Let me tell you something about that goal. Best goal you could ever have is eternal life, because none of us want to die. Let's be real, fam. You don't want to die. Be real. You want to live forever. I'm sorry. I do. I don't even know who you are. I want to live forever. Because I got kids. And I need to see them. And I need to make sure they are all right. I need to be eternal security for my family. I want to live forever. What? Shout out to you, Mona Thompson, speaking real. The goal is everlasting life. But let me tell you something about living forever and everlasting life. It's a difference. Living forever and everlasting life. Living forever, you still in the land of the living, meaning the flesh. You are still here right now with me, Deala T, and No Filters. Hit that like button, subscribe right now. We cooking. You want to live forever? You living forever with Deala T and No Filters, watching this right now forever. But you want everlasting life. And that more abundantly. Oh, you got to die and go to heaven. Now, you can call him Yahshua. You can call him the Most High. You can call him God. But I'm going to call him Jesus. I choose that myself, my opinion. So do you want to live forever? Or do you want everlasting life? Let me know in the comment, fam. We heard FAM. Which one you want? Huh? What you want? What you want? You want everlasting life or you want to live forever? Tell me now, fam. We in here. You better hit that like button, subscribe. We cooking right now. You got to stay with me Monday through Friday with your boy Deala T. 9 a.m. Stop playing. We need to know what we need. Do we want everlasting life or do we want to live forever? Let's go.
We don't know. Why don't we know? Because the file.
Shout out to Ramsey and Cash App with donation. Yeah, man, it makes me sick, Ramsey.
JC in here, I'm still cooking, fam. I appreciate my dog pulling up.
Bro, what the hell does that have to do with Donald J. Trump saying he's going to release all the Epstein files? What does that have to do with any of this? Donald Trump and his whole team talked this whole time that they was going to release these Epstein files. This is what they said the whole time before the election. Now
and see, I feel you, Stephen Neal. Stephen Neal says living forever would eventually be boring. That's real. But I said that choice-wise because my kids. It's like I just can't. I love my kids, fam. I can't leave my kids. You know what I'm saying? It's so much that make you. It's like, and you know what else messed up, fam? You can work out. You can eat good. You can do everything in your power to be all you can be. So great, so better, so everything. So healthy. That's a real thing. Nene Love Savvy TV says, if I can lock in at a certain age, I want to live forever. That's real. Because I'm only saying because it's like I just can't abandon them. And it's so sad because it's just things that you can't control. So it puts you in a situation where it's like, these my kids. I don't want to leave them into this world that I know is headed into a place that they would never understand. Why? Because they don't even know nothing now. Technology has taken over our kids. It's so bad, fam. Let me say that again for the people in the back that ain't hearing what I just said. You hear me? Technology has taken over our kids so bad. Queen Chi Palm Trees back in the building. Technology has taken over our kids. So when I speak about living forever, my personal preference, because I don't want to leave my family. I want to be here to take care of my family, even knowing that I know what I know now and the route that the world is headed to. Knowing that we're on the verge of World War III. I'm going to say it right now. We're on the verge of World War III. You might not think it. Why? Because you didn't see the headline that says we on the verge of World War III. But all you got to do is tap in with Deala T and hit that like button and subscribe to No Filters so you can know all of the issues going on and how we are headed down a road that can keep us in a situation where our kids will never know. Why? Because technology has taken over the kids, while us as adults right now, FAM family, checking on fam and finding out what's going on in the world to protect us and our kids. You understand me? I have 5 daughters. I just shared my personal life with y'all, fam. We FAM in here. Stop playing with me. We really fam in here. You understand? When I talk to y'all, I ain't talking just to be talking like I'm trying to get likes and subscriptions and all of that. Money, nigga, I don't give about none of that, dog. I put that in there on the strength, dog, so I can be able to keep going. I work. I take care of business. You understand me, dog? So when I'm in there talking to y'all, this is a real life outlet for real. This is talk. This is real. We need to know what's going on. Because I be hearing about stuff. And let me tell y'all something right now, fam. If you ain't even tripped off this, I can wake up in the morning, hear something going on, and be like, woo, we about to cook this ninja tonight for my fam. So when you ask me how many kids I got, shout out to Theo Sacky 69, man, that's real family. We in here. I ain't seen you in a minute. I appreciate you coming back. You know it's love. I need you to understand, when you asking me questions like that, I'm not one of them, but I'm really one of them. I ain't got no problem telling you what's up, dog, but I don't share my business. You think I'm telling people my business? Learn how to shut the up. You understand me? So when I say I want to live forever, I want to see my daughters just be all right. Just be great. I just want them to be great. They gonna go through stuff that's gonna make them better tomorrow. But I just want them to be great. Shout out to you, Theo. Saku69 says, I got one daughter, bruh. She's 21 in college at Stanford, fam. That's real. And my daughter, she's in college, man. You understand me? At Harris Stowe. And that's real. Right here in St. Louis. That's real, Theo Sacco. He is so proud of his daughter at 21 in college. We all are. I want you to know we acknowledge you, family. Shout out to Theo Sacco 69 family here at 21, his daughter in college, man. Respectfully, that's amazing. And people don't even understand. That's real. And I love all minds as well. But I want y'all to understand. Don't ask me something if you don't want to know. Because when you ask me, we're going to go down that road. And we need to make sure we understand how real it is when we talk about our kids and understanding the future. So do we want to live forever? Or do we just want everlasting life? What's wrong with wanting both? I'll wait. Huh? You better tell him, Steven. What's wrong with wanting both? Living forever and everlasting life. I ain't heard nothing bad about it. What's wrong with that? I ain't heard nobody say that. What's wrong with that? I want to be here forever. But I want everlasting life. So I can still be around forever. Did you not just guess that? Well, you better get on board. We hitting that like button and we subscribe because we cooking. Let's go.
In office, and the people, they the ones wheeled out the first phase. And everybody was like, hold on, this ain't nothing new. Y'all released all information that was already out. Y'all said y'all was going to release all these files to the general public. Now, and then you're going to turn around and get mad at everybody else and start, oh, what about Obama? What about Hillary Clinton? Emails, Joe Biden.
Yeah, it's crazy. 96 going up and down and up and down.
What does that have to do any of this? Donald J. Trump said himself.
What's Neuralink, JC?
Epstein files, all of them. His own team.
Shout out to you, Denise. Spiritual knowledge. That's real.
They talked about this before this is a key point in the election. You gonna come in here and get mad at people for talking about what they said. It's not like I put something in Donald Trump's mouth. Pause. He said it. Y'all crazy as hell, man. I'm telling y'all this. Y'all crazy as hell.
Okay, so I shout out. I see. That's why I appreciate my family here, because you know, Stephen Neal says, you know, a chip they put in your brain when he says about Neuralink, right? Fam says something about Neuralink. Are we talking about Neuralink, right? Now, we already knew that the Neuralink was kind of like the ADF chip, like the chip. You know, like the chip. Basically, they said they got the barcode on the chip. Okay, so for whoever don't know what's going on, it's something called an RFID chip. Let me know if you know what that is in the comments right now, all my family. RFID chip, right? Now, this chip is supposed to have a barcode on it. Supposedly, when you know what barcodes mean, it's supposed to mean 666, okay? On the chip. And they want to insert the chip into your hand here, okay? Yeah. Now, this chip is supposed to have your medical, your financial, everything that you have in your wallet, in your purse is supposed to be on that chip, okay? This is the ideal of what the next generation and your kids have to deal with. You better shut the right now if you ain't listening. Boy, you better Oh, you better get right. You better get right. You better get right. You bet some of y'all been living up under the world. Like you scared. Some of y'all scared. It ain't about you don't know. Some of y'all just really scared. Some of y'all really scared. And shout out to Queen Chase, Queen Chi Palm Trees. She hit me with the emoji like she don't know. That's why you're here with Deala T and No Filters, making sure we hit that like button and subscribing. It's called an RFID chip. Tell them about it. Theo Sacco 69. The RFID chip has been around for 25, 30 years now. They've been working on it, crafting it for fam. You heard what he just said? They've been working on the RFID chip to craft it for fam, us. What I want you to understand is, like Denise just said, we living in the last days. The point of listening and shutting up is so you can find out about this. You know how many of y'all didn't know about this chip? You would have been the one on the couch playing with Prize Picks and looking at your Tyler Perry series while everybody running this way for shelter to get away from that RFID chip. You better tell them, Charlie. No, let me tell you what they're doing. It's called the United Nations. Let me tell you what they're really doing. Oh, yeah, listen up. Everybody listen up right now. Like Theo Sacco said, 69 says, they started making it normal to the chips for the dogs and the cats 20 years ago. We next. Listen. You don't think they look at us like animals? It's so many of you and me's in the it ain't so many of you and me's, my bad. It's so many humans in the world. Let me say that right. You better like and subscribe right now, like my dog Steven said, because we cooking. It's so many humans in the world that they wanted to decrease the population. Dealing with like people like Bill Gates, coming up with like COVID-19, coming up with all stuff like that. They have to decrease the population. You understand? So when you talk about, it's a couple angles that I'm finna go with right now. Follow me, fam. They want to decrease the population. We all know that. But even knowing in that, they have to use angles to do it. Okay? So whether it's cancer, COVID, AIDS, shootings, terrorists, now they're using the word terrorist, bombing, shit like that. Whatever it takes to decrease population, that's what's going on right now, okay? So within that, you have to understand, when they decrease the population, they have to implement a new form of representation. Let me say that again for the people in the back that's not listening. Listen, you rolling up, listen to what I'm saying, fam. They're trying to decrease the population. So the point of doing that is they have to do that in every way. Okay? So for them to decrease the population, they have to implement a new representation, which is the chip. Because at that point, you have to understand, how many Visa cards, Capital One cards, Discover cards, IDs, medical insurance cards. Look at your wallet. Look at your purse. How many cards you got, fam? And because of the more cards you got, that's why they want to go to the chip. A piece of why they want to go to the chip. It's not the full entirety why they want to go to the chip. Because we all know this is spiritual warfare. Let me say that again for the dummies that thought it was a physical warfare. It ain't. It's a spiritual warfare, okay? So the chip matters in every way. The only thing that we understand that's going on, tell them right now, Matty B, cash only, homie, that's real. The chip is to decrease the population as well. Why? Because the requirements for you to get the chip. Let me say that again. The chip will decrease the population as well. Why? Because of the requirements for the chip for you to get it. So that means that if you don't get it or don't want it, you won't eat. You won't have no medical history. You won't be able to pull up at the gas station and get gas. You won't be able to do nothing. And to be honest with you, if they even find out that you out here doing this and that, they're going to put your little ass up. Yeah, they're going to fold you up like a lawn chair and put you in somebody's garage. You better tell them, JC. And who is this faggot right here? What's his name? Agam. Unk is not 20. Who is this? Unk is not chill. Agam. Fam, let this Agam. Who is this? That ain't even a name. Yo, fam, don't come in here. You ain't even got no name. Don't come in here. You ain't even you. Don't come in here at all. You hear me? Pop out. Go on about your business. Get them up out of here, fam, right now. I'm in a moment right now that's for my family. And this is the realest that I could give my family for real. Stop playing with me, dog. Oh, yeah, I'm mad. But I ain't mad at you. So I need you to hit that like button and subscribe because I'm cooking in here right now. I need you to let your family know what I'm doing because if you don't want to, please tell your sister, your brother, your cousin, your uncle, your wife, right there on the side to get right now with G's. You better go ahead on, you heard me? We're living in a time where good is looked at as bad and bad is looked at as great. We're living in a time where humiliation is for likes and love. We're living in a time where if you are not hip, you're nothing because of what time is doing to the people that knows nothing about the past. See, you need to understand the past matters so much to the future because it gives morals, it gives foundation to those to come. When you look at these sports, you look at these teams, you look at these people who's won, you look at these organizations, there always has been the past that they have to build on to get to the future because they always won. So you have to always stand on business from what the foundation that you create. And the foundation here with Deala T and No Filters will not be broken. So you better watch your mouth when you come in here talking, boy. Let's get right. Let's get real. Let's go.
He said that.
This brilliant device keeps your home cool in summer, even during heat waves and power outages.
It's smaller than a lunchbox.
Cools any room within.
And let me say this. Like my dog Jen Newman just said, I appreciate your family. There's a lot to learn from the past. See, and I ain't want to really get into this, but I got to do it. See, because of the past, that's why the future's messed up. Think about it for a second. See, back in the past, guys was walking around with baggy clothes. Clothes was bigger. You moved a certain way back in the past. You looked a certain way, right? Fast forward to the future, clothes started getting tight. Clothes started getting small. People started wearing different socks. Men started wearing women's socks we used to see women wear back in the day. They started changing everything to make it unisex to make men not feel like, oh, it's nothing. But you got to think about what's real, Jen. This is the doings of the government. Choosing to move people the way they want to move them. So it matters about the past for us to understand the future. Because if men see men and men see boys and men cannot lead a boy, this is the worst time to not have a daddy. Ooh, shit. Let me say that again for them in the back. See, back in my day, when we ain't had no daddy coming up, oh, it was cool. It was bold. We had the streets. We had OGs in the streets that'll teach us how to get right and get real and get right. You understand? We had that. We had somebody family, like my dog Shizzle. Shizzle fam. His Uncle Randy, all of them Beezy. I can name names, fam. That you just was brought up with. That wasn't my daddy, wasn't my uncles or nothing, but they was men. And they gave us a way on how to move out here. That's what back then was. And today, you ain't got them men out here moving like that can tell men what to do. You ain't even got parents that can tell a child to stop if they doing something bad in the streets. Back then, we walking down the streets cussing. Let somebody, mama or daddy, hear us cussing while we walking down the street. They gonna get on us like they our mom and daddy. Then they gonna call our mom and daddy and tell them what's up. But see, in my life, they only could call my mama. That's what back then was. And now we looking at what today is. You better thank God for coming up back then, because if you living in today and you just now coming up, you really don't have no direction. That is the point, that is the rate, and that is the truth and the light about how they are moving today. No direction for men. No direction for women. No direction for humans. They just saying if you feel it and you like it, do it. That is what they're telling us today. That is not the way. Let me tell you something. And you know how I'm making sense? Because think about this. There's a way you wake up and start to get ready and start to get on about your day and go on about your business and get to your job. There's a way you do things. Why? Because somebody from the past taught you to do that. Let me say that again for the stupid mother in the back that's boy. There is a way that you do things because the way you was taught. And that teaching came from the past. So you better shut up if you don't agree with what I'm on, stupid. Because for those who don't know the way, that means that you stand for nothing. So you will fall for anything. Let's go.
Yeah, what's wrong with these people, man? They want to come with 1,000 excuses and stuff like that. Donald Trump is like a tattletale. Anytime he gets in trouble, he snitch on everybody else. What about him? What about him? What about her? No, what about you?
Not being released. And now with claims that the video from the night of the death, as Mark calls it, the murder, has been doctored. It was released as raw footage. It is anything but raw, according to experts.
Yeah, because let me just say something. I don't think somebody got into the tier.
That's real, Steven. I'm going to let you know what's in that cup, fam. Because we cooking. Hit that like button, subscribe.
Area of the prison, because when Jeffrey was found dead, after they tried to work on him, which I don't know why, because the autopsy showed he was dead for at least 2 hours when he was found.
That's real, Natalie.
Most likely a lot more.
That's what I do, Natalie.
But at least 2 hours. So he was taken to the infirmary. When the fire department EMP people got to the jail from the 911 call, Jeff's body was already in the infirmary. So I'd like to see the video footage, on all the cameras from the prison cell where he was to the infirmary and in the infirmary itself.
Yeah, that's a great point. Why didn't they show all that video of him being in an infirmary, taken to the front? All this was on video. All this has to be on video. It's in a jail. Make it make sense. Why didn't they show all the video? See, this is why you got people going to ask questions. When you say you're going to do something, bro, and you don't do it, people going to be on your helmet, man. Donald Trump and them teed this up themselves. And then you got a whole sector ignoring this type of smoke. It's embarrassing, bro. They act like they really want transparency and to drain the swamp. but they ignoring the biggest story in America. But they want to talk about Obama. Obama said this gay man gave him advice. Oh, Hillary Clinton. What about those emails? Election fraud. Joe Biden. The dirty dossiers. What the hell do that have to do with this? What do that have to do with Donald Trump said? The current president of the United States of America. This ain't something that people just bringing up. They saying it because he and his team were the ones that was talking about this the whole time.
I'ma keep it real. That's real. I'm with you, family. Chelly in the building.
The cap is unbelievable. Shout out to Marcy Sancho.
Mike in the building. What's up, fam?
Y'all gotta listen to what people say. The cap is unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable, man. I want y'all to really think about this stuff, man. People have sold their souls to a man, bro. That's why I told y'all I don't respect none of these cats. Down the
El
list.
Cruiser, though, what's up with you?
And y'all ask me, well, why don't you vote, Ticket? Because see, no. If it's two stains, why would I vote for either one?
Thank you.
I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna attribute to more foolishness being put in office. No, you give us a candidate that's about what he say he about, and it's about, talking about this the whole time. Some of y'all, man, like I said, man, the cap is unbelievable, man. The cap is unbelievable. Shout out to Marcy Sancho.
Appreciate you, El Cruiser, though.
Y'all gotta listen to what people say. The cap
You already see the donation in the Cash App pin at the top. Is love, family. To see the super chat, I appreciate y'all.
To really think about this stuff.
Whatever you give, thank you, family.
To a man, bro. That's why I told y'all I don't respect none of these cats. Down the list.
Hold on, Get Your Life, Betty. Get Your Life, Betty says, stop following and leave. Get Your Life, Betty says, stop following and leave. I swear, I hope she talking about everybody else, but not me. Because we not following nobody over here at No Filters. You understand me? We telling you hit that like button, subscribe right now. It's really real. Let's get right up in here. Let's go. Mike says he's a man of his word. And if he's up and he's doing a GTE, Mike says job. Nene Love Savvy TV says shout out to No Filters. Was able to complete a shirt order while lit. Oh, big shit popping. That's what we talking about. Big money. Let's keep it going with Nene Love Savvy TV with that position with the shirt money. Let's go smoothly, says. Maggots used to be files. Used to be flies and roam around. Now they're just subtle in SHIT. That's real. Chelly says, you what? China is doing screen record of everyone there? Wow. Calvin and Hope says, Jesus loves you. I appreciate you, family. That's real. Got Your Life, Betty says, you a real one. I appreciate you, family. Just want to keep it real all the way up and down. JC says, for sure, to Theo Sacco. Steven says, we cooking. Hit that like button, subscribe, family. Jen Newman says, that's right. Get your clip 12. I appreciate you, says Jesus is love. That's real. Get Your Life, Betty says, you on point with these YNs. That's real, family, because at the end of the day, we need to understand something, and a lot of y'all don't really get it. Who wants to vote when it's two stains in office? Let me say that again for the people in the back ain't heard me. Who's going to vote when it's two stains running for election? I'll wait. Who gonna vote when you got two stains? Or you gonna pick the better shit stain? Brown, green, smell like death, smell like roses, but both of them are stained, and you gonna stupid. And people out here yelling like, oh, why you don't vote? Or why I ain't voting? Or if you don't vote, you don't make a difference. Or if you don't vote, then you the one that says you got that person. Shut up! Because both of the people we voting for ain't shit. So don't sit in here and be talking it to me. Because I used to hear that from people. Why you ain't voting? Or we get your vote ready. Are you ready to vote? Make a difference. Make a change. Your vote count is all up on you. Without your vote, that man won't get in office. Who needs to vote? Boy, I ain't voting. Obama was in office. What are we talking about? I'm not voting for neither one. I'm not voting for two stains. No, I'm not doing it. I don't care. PizzaGate. Woo! Tell me what PizzaGate was for Hillary Clinton. Tell me right now, family, right now. I know my fam gonna tell me. See, my fam gonna tell me. See, when I ask fam, fam know. And fam tell me. You get what I'm saying here? That's why I say, don't come in here if you ain't fam. If you ain't FAM, if you ain't got you nothing to eat, if you ain't got you nothing to drink, if you ain't got you nothing to smoke, if that's what you do, you better get up out of here. Tell me now what that was, fam. Let's go.
And y'all ask me, well, why don't you vote, Ticket? Because see, no. If it's two stains, why would I vote for either one? I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna attribute to more foolishness being put in office. No, you give us a candidate that's about what he say he about, and it's about the people. And then I'll get out there and go vote. Other than that, I ain't voting for none of that bullshit. Because they all lies. They all capping. Prove me otherwise. Prove me that they ain't liars and cappers. Prove it to me. Liars, cappers. Right down the line. Just nasty work going on. Disgusting work going on. But they want to hide this truth from y'all. And one side want to point at the other side. It's like little 5-year-olds arguing with each other. One get in trouble and the other one, once they get in trouble, but Hillary did that. That's Donald Trump, like a little 3-year-old. But Obama did that.
So you got to understand something. Hillary was in a situation that's called PizzaGate. You remember that, don't you? It was called PizzaGate. It was a PizzaGate scandal. And if memory served me correctly, this thing about some PizzaGate was the sickest shit you could ever think about in your life. So you was gonna put the first woman by the name of Hillary Clinton that represented a PizzaGate scandal that Donald Trump exposed. And then you know how bad the government is? That may have been a setup right in front of our faces, that they set that up like that just to make sure that Trump did win. Because Hillary Clinton probably had more votes to be able to win. But the fact that he exposed that PizzaGate scandal, I know that was inside, that was an inside job, family. Because you got to understand, those people will do anything to make sure that the next agenda is pushed. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Those people will do anything to make sure the next agenda is pushed into play. So if Hillary Clinton was really winning, it don't matter. Why? Because they really wanted Donald Trump to be in office. So they gave him that information for him to put out to the world. And they did not care. How can you be a part of a team that will expose you for the greater good You are part of a team that will expose you for the greater good. That PizzaGate scandal discredited Hillary Clinton at this point the rest of her life. She will never be able to run for president ever. Point I'm making is is that they all are a part of an organization that will any, mini, miny, mo pick they ass out of anything to make sure that the agenda is pressed and pushed. Even if that is to expose one of their own. That is the government we living in. That is the situation we about. You better tell them, Toy 45, cooking. Hit that like button, subscribe. That's the government. They gave Donald Trump that information to put that out there against Hillary Clinton so Donald Trump can win. They gave that information out there for Diddy so Diddy could be humiliated and be the poster boy for anybody else. Like Tyler Perry, Jay-Z, Fat Joe, Kanye West, Kevin Spacey. I mean, the names go on and on. But you have to understand, these people been doing this bad shit for decades. So if they just now being exposed, somebody is exposing them for the greater good of what they really has to come. Let me say that again for the people in the back thinking this stuff is a game. Those people are part of an organization that will expose them or embarrass them to the world just to make sure that the agenda is done. Even if they got to bury you to make sure the agenda is passed. That's the situation. Chelly says, I don't think so. That's why you got to open up your eyes even more, Chelly. Because you still looking through the same lens that people look through when they watch TV and look at the Fox 2 News. Fox 4, Channel 4, 5, 6, I don't give a... Wherever your channels is, you still looking through that lens. You need to understand something. If these people been doing this that damn long and they're just now being exposed, you really think somebody just stumbled up on this information and put it out to the world? Use your brain. If they've been moving like this long, you think somebody just stumbled across this information and can put it out without having no problems? What? This is agenda. This is put together. This is to keep the masses distracted, Chelly. Yeah, Elon Musk, Diddy, all of them people. These are distractions. That is what this is. So you need to understand that this is all planned. They laughing at us while they think we laughing at them. They really laughing at us. They know the YouTubers. They know what's going on. But you need to understand, these people are a part of an organization that will sacrifice you and your kids to make sure the greater good of their agenda is done. Don't sit up in here and act like you ain't agreeing with me or don't understand what I'm saying. Everybody has a role to play. Just like you and me in this world, whether you're a parent, a manager, a janitor. It don't matter. Everybody has a role to play. So because of that, you need to understand the government roles and plan. Matter of fact, just go watch that one stuff called Scandal by old girl. You know Scandal. You know Scandal. Go watch Scandal. Scandal will let you know how the government move for real. And let me tell you something, what I say earlier. Movies are based on real life. Real life is not based on the movie. You better tell that to your kids tonight. Movies are based off real life. Real life is not based off a movie. So Scandal, when they put that in there, Scandal, yeah, go type that in Netflix, Tubi, Scandal. They are going to break down every government move that they be moving and the way they be acting and how the scandal and how they cover up every position, leader's position, that either killed somebody, done something in the past that came back to haunt them. The point was that they were there to cover it up. And they did it so eloquently. But I want you to see it because they put it right in front of our face on the big screen. And then they do it right in front of our face on Google, TV networks, news, YouTube, all of this. Right in front of our face. So when they plan what they're going to do for the American people at this point, I believe Donald Trump don't care about lying to us. He been lying to us for a long time. Only thing he done said that's probably the truth is how he feel about people in other countries. But he didn't lie to us. He can tell us anything and still do everything. That's the difference. And there is no IR, nothing. There's no police to police Trump. So if you ain't hit that like button and subscribe and know we cooking, you hating at this point. Let's go.
No. What about you? What about what you said? We're going to get Obama. What about you said? Y'all don't want to tell the truth, man. It's sad, man. We live in a world full of people who compromise themselves, bro. You can't compromise yourself for nobody, bro. Period, man. You stand on truth, and that's just what it is.
And you already know, here with your boy Deala T, Monday through Friday. Each and every Monday through Friday with your boy Deala T at 9 p.m. Understanding that we standing on truth, we standing on business, we standing on real, and we making sure we knowing when to shut the up, and knowing that it only takes one to have a voice, and knowing that here with your boy Deala T and No Filters, we fam, F-A-M. Always, I want to know what you think. Do you understand what's going on? That the Trump administration is moving people out the way? You understand what's going on? That we in the position, that we in the world, that yet we still need to make sure we stand on business. Why? Because we got kids. We need to understand we got family. At the end of the day, you see it at the top, the donation in the chat. Respect to you all. It's all love. Always here with your boy Deala T. And this is No Filters. Good night, family. Be safe.